Hello and welcome to Impact Africa, our online TV where we get to have conversations with diverse people and organizations who are impacting lives positively. Yes, this is me, Kemi Akeode Adebayo, aka Mama K. And in today's program, as we celebrate the Tygerberg Heritage Festival, for those who know, it's our 10th year, and this is an initiative which is a collaboration between three main partners: Bold Moves, the VR Seat, and MESS. I'll tell you about their full name later, not now. So we're talking about where we are today. So we've got this amazing young man who I'm going to be having a conversation with. His name is Carl Berger, and he's the co-owner of New National Hotel, which is based in Parow on Fort Tracker Road. So yes, I'm going to have this wonderful conversation with this young man because I know I am aware of this place since it started, and you won an award, 2017 from the Tiger. Yeah, 5 years ago. Yeah. I can't believe it. Welcome to Impact Africa.
Thank you so much, and first of all, thank you for the young man part. I appreciate the grays are rolling in, but
don't worry about the young man part. Yeah, young
man.
We're all young.
Yeah,
the gray.
Lovely to have you here, and once again, thank you for the support, and we absolutely love the initiative and everything that you guys are doing. I think showcasing our area and businesses in the area is just tremendous to bring that cohesiveness and support and awareness to our area. It's wonderful.
Yeah. So let's go back before we go into New National Hotel.
Sure.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. I want to know. Who is Carl?
Carl studied advertising and marketing, and he said to himself he'll never get involved with family business. Family was involved in hospitality. I said, no thanks, not for me, not the long hours and all those sort of things. But yeah, my love for property, I think, made my eyes open to the opportunity in the Parow area. And I think from the marketing side to the property side, those two things sort of met, and we saw the opportunity of what could be in the area.
Right. So now let's go a little bit. So yes, obviously you said family business. This was started 2016.
That's correct.
But before that, you said...
Before that, the New National had been around, I think, longer than most properties in the entire Parow area.
Wow.
I mean, it's a landmark. It was built in 1950, and it's got a long history and a long tail, which one can read about on the website. But yeah, it's been a landmark. Most people will say to you, especially people who have lived in the area for a long time, say, waar die skip is, and that means where the ship is. So there used to be an old wooden ship in the front of the hotel that they used as a function venue, and people would drive along Fort Tracker Road and say, there's a massive ship on Fort Tracker Road.
How did the ship get there?
I don't know. I don't know how it got here, but it was...
it was a landmark. It was something that people knew.
And people knew New National in the 70s and 80s as a place where there was good food and drink, was synonymous with their Sunday lunches. In fact, I remember as a little boy coming here for a Sunday lunch, 28 Rand 50 for a 7 or 8 course meal.
Wow.
I don't know if that's possible anymore.
No, definitely not. Things have changed.
And it was good. And it was really good. So it had a very good reputation in those days. And as time went on, started moving into the bars and drinking side of things, and I think it lost a little bit of its shine. And then my partner and I, we saw the opportunity, and we realized, you know what, this area is strategic. It's close to the airport. You've got major national head offices in the precinct, and there would be need for accommodation and conferencing. So we've leaned very hard into that. We post 2016, we grew quite steadily, very excited, and then obviously, like everybody else, we got hit with a massive storm in 2020.
So how did that affect you, and where are you now in terms of the business?
So I think no hospitality businesses were unscathed. We leaned in on the opportunity to actually expand. So whilst things were quiet, we actually used the opportunity to continue with alterations, expansion as far as our conference venues. We had one main conference venue which was a 70-seater. We blasted out that venue to turn it into a 100-seater, and we created an additional 40-seater venue on the ground floor, whilst also doubling up in size in our restaurant. So whilst we were in a time of no one can meet, it's dangerous to meet, we grew our meeting spaces. And I think anybody listening to that a year or two ago would say, you guys are crazy. What are you doing? We're not going to ever be able to, interact. We don't know what life looks like. And it was born out of the fact that was always the original plan. And we felt that the time for having Zoom meetings and digital meetings would expire. People need to interact together. They need to argue. They need to be creative. They need to absolutely. And there's no substitute to that, as opposed to sitting in front of your screen and thinking that you're going to have meaningful engagement via 20 tiles on a laptop screen. Everybody waiting their turn to talk. So, and we're not sorry that we've done that. We have clientele who are government clients. We've got non-profit organizations, and a lot of companies out in the northern suburbs who need to be also close to the head offices, and also like the idea that they, if there are delegates coming from Joburg, they can get in and out quickly back to the airport without sitting in CBD traffic. So that's also played nicely into our favor.
So you are strategically placed, where you are, like what you said, with your clients and your market, and even you have the shopping mall, next to where you are. So it means I come from the airport, come in here, change, have food, go into the shop, come back, go for the conference. So I know you said earlier there that your conference venue, you've expanded now. So you can seat up to
100.
100.
Yeah, in the larger venue.
Okay.
And our ground floor venue does 40 people. And we're sitting at the moment in our boardroom. This is called the giraffe room. There's some interesting giraffe artwork on the walls.
We'll probably show some of that.
For management meetings and strat meetings, then this is also a nice ideal space. And we do the catering as well for the guys, whether it's a one-day meeting or half-a-day meeting or several days. So they'll come in and have their arrival, tea, coffee, their snacks, their lunch. So they won't be left wanting.
Package, deal as well for conferences.
Absolutely, and all the other requirements that go with meetings as well. They can connect wirelessly to the screens and the projectors. There's strong Wi-Fi throughout. So.
I like the way you say strong Wi-Fi.
Yes,
because some people want to have Wi-Fi, and then you're like, and for a business person, it could be really frustrating.
I'm often amused. We'll have a client maybe coming from the airport, and they'll check in, and they don't ask where's the bathroom. They don't ask where's the bar.
What's the password?
If I don't have Wi-Fi, I can't breathe.
So, I can relate to it. That's the first thing you ask where you go anyway. So. Tell us now, I know you said post, COVID, which we're still all struggling with one way or the other. So what are your plans, for the future? I know you said you were working on renovation, and so on, and opening up, for meetings. So what are your plans? What should we look out for, with New National?
So with New National, I think one of the exciting spaces are going to be our Duke restaurant. As the restaurant that services the hotel, they do the breakfast for all the hotel guests and all the catering for the conferencing clients. But the restaurant is also a beautiful space just for the general public as well. I think it's still people are unaware that it's even.
I was just going to say,
So they're going to be pushing also hard into providing after-work drinks, a place for entertainment. We'll be doing some live music. On a Wednesday and Thursday. They've got some great specials as well, I think, which is going to be,
How many seater is
that's 100-seater as well.
Oh, that's a big place.
So it's a big place. It's got a bar inside too. And, the idea there is you working in the surrounding area. Why be stuck in, traffic 4 or 5 o'clock when you can rather go have a drink with your mates after work, have some nice snack, a nice meal, whatever the case may be. So yeah, that's quite exciting. And yeah, we're going to continue to improve our product. It's very also, I think we're happy to see the return of our airport client. That obviously withered away in 2020. We get, you know, foreign internationals, Europeans who will come, they'll land late at night. They just need an overnight before they actually go to the garden route. So even though they're coming to Cape Town, they don't head into the city. They'll get their rental car late at night at the airport. They'll do a little search on their phone to say, right, where is good accommodation within easy reach? And they'll check in, have their breakfast in the morning, and off they go. So we've seen that this year they've returned, and that's obviously optimistic. The numbers are not yet obviously what we'd love them to be, but the point is it's returning, it's happening,
gradually
for sure.
coming all together.
So it's important that obviously we service them really well, build up our reputation, and give them, you know, what their expectations are.
Right, you know what? We'll be right back. Wow, Carl, I like the journey, you know, you shared with us, you know, early on, and the fact that the history of New National, you know, from the 1950s to now, and, you know, when you guys bought the place, you know, in 2016, and now, you know, gradually you changing, you know, the whole, you know, landscape, you know, of the area. And so kudos to you and your team for what you're doing, and continue to wish you well. I can't wait to come, you know, and visit the restaurant.
Oh, well, you're more than welcome. The doors are open.
I
will meet you in the gym.
Okay. What kind of cuisine will
So they do, you know, a hearty mix of different things. I don't think they do basic things, but with I think with a nice upmarket twist. So no crazy cuisine. I think you can still have everything from your calamari to your crumb chicken to your ribs. They've got a nice health options for breakfast as well. So
for anybody, basically.
We made sure we've
chicken,
awesome. Made sure we covered our bases.
Awesome. Now, what I want to ask you now, I know I called you young man earlier, and you're like, oh, and so on, but it doesn't matter. But with your knowledge and your skills and experience, what life lessons would you want to share with the young Carl? You know, like what you said, you didn't want to join the family business initially, thinking, yes, you know, long hours, you know, and all that. What life lessons have you gained, you know, over the years that you want to say, you know, okay, maybe, you know, this could be useful for young Carl, you know?
No, I think when I think of you know, the way you've posed that, I think it's important for young people to have a vision, you know, of how they would like to see the world, or how they see what opportunity is there. And when you find out, you know, what that opportunity is, it's important that you lean in and you are prepared to do the work. You know, I think it's great to have a dream. You must have a dream, but a dream is just obviously, you know, in your mind, unless you're prepared to match that with good work ethic, whether you are prepared to match that with desire to do the research. Go and ask, go and find out, you know, assess a lot of your assumptions. We make a lot of assumptions of what we think things would be. I think when we did what we did, even with the hotel, one of the things that we hadn't even considered, in fact, was just a, by the way, benefit was the fact that we were close to the airport. We only thought about the immediate area, but we never thought about the fact that within our radius, there are not many hotels close to the airport. So that kind of fell in our lap. Yeah. But it comes with grinding, doing the hard work, and the rest of the benefits will come, with your endurance and with following that vision. So yeah, I think you got to do the work. You got to do the work and match it with how you can see things could be.
And what would you say is your definition of success? Would you say neo-national hotels?
So I think we're not where we want to be yet. I think we permanently dissatisfied, and that's just because we always want to get better. And it's not about us; it's about our guest and our client. We must have exceeded their expectations, and we don't do that with every single guest. So it means we've got work to be done. And I think for the next entrepreneur or business person, what success would mean to them is finding the joy in what they're doing, and taking, being happy with seeing the progress as you go along the way. I think that would mean success to me, is seeing the progress. As opposed to just wanting to be at a certain level or a certain picture of oneself. So we've got to take the small wins.
Awesome. I love that. So now I'm going to go to my final question, which is going to be, because we're about, who are those impacting lives, be it business, be it organization, be it individuals. And I know through what you're doing, even though, like you said, for your clients, for your partners, and even for your staff, you're providing a means of, living for them. So thank you, for doing all that and putting back, in the economy of Cape Town and South Africa and Africa as a whole. We know most of the time there's always the social issues, out there. So what I want to ask you is there a social issue you personally, as Carl, you're passionate about? Even if you're not doing anything about it, and what are the solutions do you think to those issues?
So I think that it's important that, no man is an island. No matter if we are in different industries, we are very thankful for the community-driven mindset of this VRCID area, the GTP. They've realized that we are, segregated in the different areas, the different businesses, and that's what's been missing. And they've realized that there is power in numbers. So a community mindset, for sure, very important, and we've taken that on as well. So where we can support other local business, we do so. The idea is we must lift one another up, as opposed to, everybody is trying to sort of climb over the other. And then just, on a basic level, we've adopted one or two homes in the area as far as charities. And a small initiative we have is, because we do conferencing and events, what we do is in those, with those events, our chef, he knows that there's always potential for overages, wastages, whatever the case is. So they've got a process when an event is completed, everything gets packed up, there's a local home that gets called, the driver comes and he comes and collects, freshly made food of that day that was, left over from our corporates, whatever the case is. So that makes us feel good in that nothing has gone to waste, and we're at least making some small difference to somebody for that day, however little it may be. So, but I think the thinking is community driven. If we uplift up one another, what problems should come out of that if everybody's got a community mindset?
Wow, thank you for that, and well done. Kudos to you.
Yes, thank you. It was lovely to have you.
For all that work and what you continue to do, and I just want to commend you again in terms of when you got the award, in terms of the Tiger Bergs Award. 2017, and that's 5 years ago. So I'm sure there will be opportunity for more recognition and to celebrate you in terms of what you're doing, and we'll keep spreading the news. And
much appreciated. Super. And keep up the good work. I absolutely love what you guys are doing, so much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So you're not getting away with it.
We're not done.
What I want you to do is just maybe just to speak to anyone out there you want to speak to, business owners, words of encouragement, young people, anyone.
I think
you
we'll pick
like.
the young entrepreneurs maybe. Sure, yeah.
Speak directly to them.
All right. So yeah, for our young entrepreneurs, I think I believe that South Africans are some of the best business people, entrepreneurs in the world. I mean, I think we've got many good role models that have gone over and beyond just achievement in the country. I mean, they've achieved grand things on an international scale. And for us, that should be inspiring to say that, you know, nothing should hold us back. Our motivation shouldn't be born out of fear. They should be born out of what can be. So we should dream, and we should have a vision, and surround yourself with people that encourage that vision and that motivate you, as opposed to those that tell you it's not possible, you don't have the tools, you'll never do it. Have a vision, chase that vision with grit, hold on to it, don't let anybody rob it from you, and if you want to make it, you'll make it real. So that's for our young people.
Wow, thank you, Carl Berger. That was
Thank
awesome.
you so much. Awesome.
Thank you for your time. And yeah, we'll be back again, I'm sure, to just check up on you, how you're doing, and to come and have fun as well in the restaurant.
Yes, definitely.
Especially if there's live
open invite. Great.
So, well, you've heard it all. Is Impact Africa, Mama K signing off. New National Hotel on Fort Trucker Road. We're going to be sharing the details, the social media handle. Support your local businesses. They're here for you guys. If you know anyone very close to the airport, close to shopping malls, close to all amenities, and yes, conferences. COVID is now, it's like now we all want to go out now. So yes, I'm just, like being told, you have this conference happening. So Zoom, we've had enough of Zoom or WhatsApp and so on, still there. But please, places have opened, come and support them so that they can support the economy. So yes, you heard him, chase your vision, young people, young entrepreneurs, and so much more nuggets, through what we've shared today. Till next time, stay safe, stay blessed. Remember, God is love.